Baby, okay?
When the food eats you, you feel no pain.
You scare me.
Get you a wife that can cook. Carrot with my eyesight.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's your girl Slim Patrina, and in today's video we will be doing some cooking. I will be behind the camera the whole time, so I'm doing things a little bit different. As you can see, what I'm doing right now, I'm cleaning up my fish. I'm scaling whatever scale is left on it, cleaning out the gut, and just making sure that the fish is clean. We're gonna be making some fried snapper with some BAMMY and breadfruit and some callaloo with okra. Yeah, we're gonna be chefing it up in the kitchen today, so stay tuned. All right, so once I finish cleaning up the fish, I'm going to make 2 slices on both sides of the fish. And the reason why I do this is to make the seasoning get deep down in the fish, and also when it's frying, so the oil could get into the fish so it could be fried properly. Then I'm going to place that into a clean pan, and I'm just going to continue and repeat the steps of what I did to the first fish. Clean it up, slice both ends, and as I said before, I do that to make sure that the seasoning gets deep down into the fish and the oil gets in between the fish so it could be fried properly. And I'm just gonna continue doing that to all the fishes until I am finished. Okay. Okay, so this is going to be our second cleanse of our fish and final cleanse. We're going to be cleansing these fishes with some lemon juice and lemon, rubbing these fishes inside out to thoroughly clean them and cut away the rawness of the fish. It's time to get together our seasonings. First, I'll be using some paprika. Then I'm going to be using some jerk seasoning, some Jamaican dry jerk seasoning. What I'm doing is putting everything in a bowl. I'll be using garlic powder, and I'm just going to mix everything together before I season my fish. Then we're going to go in with some onion powder, and you just season to how you want it. Some all-purpose seasoning, Jamaica, the Grace brand. And then I'm going to go in with some seafood spectacular seasoning. I got this at TJ Maxx. It's really good on seafood, especially salmon, because I eat salmon a lot. Now I'm going to go in with some black pepper. And once I put all of those in the bowl, I'm just going to go ahead and mix that together. Mix everything together thoroughly, because this is what I'm going to be using to season my fish. Okay. So once we have that all mixed together, we're gonna go ahead and start preparing to season our fish. So we're gonna get our fish together. They're all cleaned, and we're gonna start by rubbing the seasoning onto the fish, the outer part into the slits that I made. We're gonna put some seasoning on the inside, and we're gonna thoroughly rub that together. We're gonna make sure that the fish is well seasoned, so leave no part of the fish body untouched. And also I cut a pepper, and I'm gonna rub that pepper alongside the fish, inside the fish and on the outer part. That's something that I like to do with my fishes. I don't know if that's something that you like to do. That's just my preference. And I'm gonna repeat the step that I made with the first fish. I'm just gonna go ahead and rub that seasoning into the fish on the inside, on the outside, inside the slits that I made. I don't normally wear gloves, so I've cleansed my hand thoroughly. Now that's my fish. It's all seasoned and ready to go. We're gonna have to heat our pot. And as you can see, I've had my BAMMY soaking in milk for about half an hour to 45 minutes. And I'm gonna go ahead and cut them into triangular squares. It makes it much more easier for me to handle when it comes on to frying them. And of course, I get more pieces and it's smaller and easier to heat when it's time to eat them. So our fish, our breadfruit, and our BAMMY are prepared and ready to go. Now we're gonna heat our pots with oil, 1 pot for the fish and 1 pot for the BAMMY and the breadfruit. Now we're gonna add in some pimento seeds, and also we're gonna add in a piece of that pepper to the pot, and we're gonna let that heat a little more. Now the pot are well heated, so we're gonna add in our fish. Turn the heat down a little bit because we don't want to burn those fish. Add in our BAMMYs to the pot, and we're just gonna leave those and let them cook. Fry. You know what I mean. So the fish, they're bubbling, the BAMMY is bubbling. So I let the BAMMY fry for like 4 minutes on each side. I like my BAMMY brown and nice, so that's what I did. The fish, I leave them to fry on each side for like 5 minutes each. Probably that's why it looks a little bit burnt, but it's not burnt. It's the seasoning. The seasoning, when it touches the oil, it kind of burns in this pot. I don't know why. Now I'm going to start preparing some sweet pepper for my callaloo and also some onion, and I'm just gonna cut those up into my pan. I don't cut in style, I just cut, so that's what I'm doing. And some hot pepper, not a lot, just a little bit. And I have that breadfruit. I'm gonna add some Smart Balance butter to my pan for my callaloo. I'm just gonna put that in there, and once it's melted, I'm gonna go ahead and add in the vegetables that I cut up, the seasoning that I cut up earlier, which would be my sweet pepper, my pepper, and my onion. And I'm just gonna let that saute for a little bit. Once that's sauteed, I'm gonna add in my callaloo. So I use the canned callaloo, the Grace brand. I drain it off, put it in the pan, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and add it to the pot with the seasonings that has been sauteing. And I'm just gonna go ahead and give that a good mix and just mix everything together. Now I use fresh okra, but because if I leave them in the bottom of the fridge, they'll spoil. I normally freeze them. I'm gonna go ahead and add a portion of that into my callaloo, and I'm just gonna give that a good stir. Then I'm gonna go ahead and add some all-purpose seasoning to the pot. I'm just gonna go ahead and put a nice amount, until my hand tells me to stop. You know how we season food, how we Jamaicans are. And then once I do that, I'm just gonna go ahead, well, me still a shake, but oh well. Anyway, now I'm just gonna go ahead with some black pepper. I'm gonna add a little bit of black pepper to that. Our food have to be seasoned full. We have to make sure it's seasoned properly. Once I put all my seasonings in, I don't add salt because the all-purpose had salt. I'm gonna go ahead and give that a good stir that really well, and then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just cover the pot and leave it to simmer. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add my vinegar mixture that I've had for a while now. So this is vinegar with carrot, onions, hot pepper, and this is well marinated. Yes, I'm just gonna go ahead and add some of that to my fish. I'm putting some of the vegetables on the fish, and then I'm just gonna spoon a little bit of the liquid mixture over onto the fish, kind of let that soak into the fish a little bit. My fish are very small. but this gonna be good, y'all. Yes. Now, you know, everything is done. That's my fish, my breadfruit, my bammies, and of course my callaloo. This meal took me about I want to say 45 minutes to prepare. Yeah, it's time to chow down, and this is the final product. Tell me what you guys think. Comment in the comment box down below. Thank you guys for watching. See you in my next video.